Nice,
man?
nice glasses. I like them.
Thank
So we'll get started here, okay? And so I'm Dr. Liu. Dr. Tej Dhaliwal from Vancouver is going to be on here. And Rachel Villareal, she works at our office. She's in optometry school. And obviously, we have Teo Rain and LA Kings, Kale Clague. He's here too. So I'll have you guys introduce yourself real quick, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I run a podcast now that we were a podcast called a Large Cast. Now we got picked up by the local radio station on Sportsnet 650. So we're on Saturday mornings. Yeah, like I said, it's called Large Cast. I'm the host of the show, and so it's interesting to talk to an LA Kings prospect here instead of the regular Vancouver Canucks talk. So I'm excited to ask you some questions. Did a little digging, research on you too. So got some cool questions. I know Alex is a huge Kings fan, and he's a friend of mine. So some connections there.
Hi, I'm Rachel Villareal. I go currently to Marshall B. Ketchum. I'm an optometry student, and this is my first year. My Instagram handle is Rachel V YouTuber, and I'm excited to get this interview started.
Well, I'll start with the first question. It's just, I know you've been busy in the off season working out. Can you tell everybody what's your workout routine and your off season workout habits and hobbies you like to do right now?
Yeah, my routine earlier on in the summer, I was just working out, staying away from the ice a little bit, but I'm obviously back on the ice now, full speed. So I'm skating like four times a week right now, and working out Monday through Friday, and then doing a little bit of extra stuff on Saturday, and skating Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And yeah, just pretty much just trying to stay sane through this time, just based on the fact that our training camp probably would have started by now. So It's definitely a long off season for me and for everyone else, but I'm just trying to stay focused on training and, be in the best shape I can be come training camp, whenever that is.
And do you do other sports? I think you mentioned maybe like tennis or lifting weights. Do you do those activities too, or just ice time and hockey right now?
Yeah, no, I'm skating and then working out in the gym. That's what I meant when I do.
Good.
Yeah. So
Hey, Kale, can I jump in there? Like, are you skating with people, like multiple players, or like what's your personal bubble like? How does that work?
There's not too many. I mean, there hasn't, that I've noticed, been too many rules like at the rink. Like we have like 25 guys on the ice at a time. So it feels normal here in Calgary, and yeah, I mean, just skating and working out in the gym, and then aside from that, I have a road bike, so I bike a lot, and yeah, I just recently started playing a little bit of tennis too, so just trying to stay active in other ways as well. It's been good.
Awesome.
So you're from Calgary, eh?
I am I grew up in Lloydminster.
Okay.
It's like a small town 5 hours from here, but I've been here in Calgary for the last like 4 off seasons. So
before you got drafted by the Kings, you must have been a big Flames fan then, eh?
Well, I was actually an Oilers fan.
Oh, okay. And I have to ask you what your thoughts on the Canucks are. I mean, sorry, Dr. Corbin Liu here. I'm jacking your Kings talk here,
No,
but as a Vancouver Canucks like diehard fan, what are your thoughts on the team that we have up here in Canada?
I mean, yeah, they made a great push. It was good to see like a new team kind of make some noise like they did. So, I mean, it's exciting for that organization, and yeah, they had a good playoff run.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask, what's your go-to style of glasses? Like I see you have more of like a roundish frame on, but what's your favorite type?
Ooh, like my favorite brand?
You can pick your favorite brand or like favorite shape of glasses.
I mean, I like the shape of these ones that I'm wearing, but yeah, I mean, in terms of like brand, there's this brand called Moscot. That's what these are. I really like them, and yeah, I mean, I got a pair of Tom Ford ones from Alex, and I wear those all the time. So yeah, I'm not really too picky, just kind of whatever. That's good.
That's good. And then for mountain biking, Oakley's too, I think, right?
Yeah, I do have a pair of Oakleys that I got from you, and yeah, no, I'm all set.
Nice. And how for back to the ice stuff with the contact lenses and stuff on the ice? Have you ever had any issues wearing contacts, or it's always been no problem?
No, I haven't had any issues.
Good.
Yeah, I mean, once you're used to them, I feel like you're pretty much free sailing. They've been good.
Hey, cool. Kale, so how much, from an organizational standpoint, how much vision therapy or vision training goes on in the organization there? Like, is there an aspect of sports vision training that is being pushed from the LA Kings organization?
No, not really. There at my gym here, there's an optometrist, like an eye doctor, that he does some vision stuff, but I've personally never done it before.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean that's all I really know about it. I don't really
Mhm.
know a lot about it.
I mean, I only ask because it is a growing field in sports, and especially with goaltenders, tracking the puck is being reinforced by vision training,
Yeah,
and with athletes in general, just like we talk about the saccadic movements, the smooth pursuits, etc. But the fast, quick movements that athletes have to do on ice, and that incorporating the depth perception and just binocularity of using two eyes together, it is a growing field. And so I'm just wondering if you ever heard about that or been approached by.
yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, at our gym, and like you said with goalies and stuff, there is. I think that's the primary guys that are doing it is the goalies that are at the gym. So, but I've never done it. So,
Mhm.
but I mean, I've seen them do it, and it looks interesting.
Mhm.
I wanted to ask, what's your favorite thing about playing hockey?
Probably just getting to spend time with the guys. Um, yeah, I mean, growing up, that's kind of what drew me to it. Just playing with my friends on the outdoor rink and throughout the season and stuff. And it's the same now. We just try to have as much fun as we can while we're doing it. And even though it's a business now, that you're still trying to enjoy yourself and have fun with it. So yeah, that's probably my favorite part.
And how about for mentors? You worked with some guys throughout your career. Who would you say was somebody who you looked up to that you got to play with for a little bit, whether it's with the Kings or the Reign? Or any mentors or anybody you looked up to a lot that you played with?
Like a great player that I played with, that I admired the way he played was probably Ivan Provorov. He plays in Philadelphia now.
Mhm.
Really good defenseman, young defenseman in the league. Played with him in Brandon for 2 years, and yeah, he was just great to play alongside, and he was so good defensively. Such a great skater. I mean, he still does all the same things he did in junior. He does them all now in the NHL, and yeah, no, he was a really fun player to play with and watch.
Cool.
Is on that same note though, is there a specific coach maybe that has made a huge impact on your career growing up, or even most recently? I know you're going through a coaching change with the Ontario Reign from Mike Stothers to John Wroblewski, but is there a coach in your life that you could credit a lot of mentorship or just giving you good advice and training purposes, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, when I played in Brandon, the Wheat Kings were owned. Kelly McCrimmon was the GM. He was the owner and the coach. So he coached me when I was 16, 17, and then moved on to the Knights. But he's a great coach. He stressed good practice habits, and those still stick with me now. And yeah, I mean, there's a lot of respect there for him.
Mhm. So you got a chance to play on the World Junior Championship in Canada, like with the 2018 team. You guys won gold, right? And so, what was that experience like playing with the like quality, talent on that team, and just being able to play for your home country? I know you got to play twice, I think, for your home country at the junior level. What was
Yeah,
that
yeah.
experience like for you?
Yeah, I mean it's incredible. In Canada, as you know, people take it so seriously here. So I mean, just growing up, like I watched the tournament my whole life, and like the fan support is incredible, and it was always a tournament that I had wanted to play in. And like you said, I played twice. My first year we ended up losing in a shootout,
Mm.
which was kind of weird, considering it's a final and it goes to shootout. But so yeah, we lost in shootout that year, and then the next year got a chance to come back and play again, and we ended up winning it, and it was so much fun. It would have been cool to win it in Canada. That was my first year.
Yeah,
It was in Canada the year we lost, but I mean to win it, it was in Buffalo, so a lot of Canadians came over,
pretty
and
much Canada.
yeah. So yeah, no, it was such a cool experience. Like you said, so many great players, and a lot that are playing in the NHL right now, and that will play in the NHL, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean it's so much fun. Probably the best experience of my life so
I,
far.
I could see it on your face.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's yeah, no, I wish I could do it over again for sure.
Kale, with you being only 22 years old, yet you're on such a prestigious hockey team, I was wondering, what should young athletes who want to be like you do to reach that sort of goal?
Ooh. I would just say, work hard. You're not gonna get to where like we all are now if you're not having fun and enjoying it. Because if you're enjoying it, then the hard work is easier. So just enjoy it and have fun with it, and just don't let your foot off the gas. I guess just keep working at it and keep trying to get better.
I have a question too. It's actually from a guest. My friend Irene and Ken from West Covina, they had a question. The question is, how does it feel living and playing in Southern California and being away from your family during the season when you're out here? How have you adjusted to that when you were here away from family and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm used to it now, just because when I was 16 was kind of the first year that I moved away from home to go to Brandon and play junior. But so I mean, I've been away from home for like 6 years now during the season. So I would say I'm used to it now, but just staying connected through FaceTime and calling, texting, and then we get a short little break at Christmas time and bye week and stuff like that. So I mean, you get to reconnect on those breaks, and then like I said, just staying connected through calling and communicating a lot through the week, and that's pretty much all you can do.
And you have been home since like March, correct?
I've been home in Calgary since like March or whenever everything kind of went down. So this is definitely an extended period of time that I get to spend at home. But in the other side, like I just kind of want to get things going already. But that's kind of where I'm at.
How much of a mental test, or just a even spiritual test on your whole like livelihood has this pandemic been for you personally? Like it's affected a lot of people in different ways, and we just heard about players coming out of the NHL bubble, how hard it was for them to be away from their families for as much as 70 days. I know Alex has Tyler Toffoli's jersey in the background there, and his wife was talking about how she hadn't seen him for 70 days, and it was hard for them. And so how about you personally? What have been the hardest struggles for you, mentally, and what you've had to deal with being away from, your colleagues, your teammates, and etc.?
Yeah, I think for me, like I've been pretty fortunate that, I've kind of just been able to, be with my girlfriend, and then my family are just like they're right down the street. So, like you said, I think there's other people that are going through a lot, more struggles than I would per se. I'm pretty fortunate that I still get to practice and work out and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it feels pretty normal here in Calgary. So I guess I've been pretty lucky in that way. I know I'm sure it's a little different in LA just because there's so many people, and it's just a different feel when it's that big of a city. And for me personally, it was weird at the start just because we couldn't really do a whole lot and nothing was really open. But I mean, now things are open. You just kind of have to wear a mask. And so, I mean, for the most part, it feels pretty normal. So, I haven't really had a ton of like mental struggles. I mean, like everyone else, it probably got boring staying inside so much. But aside from that, I've been pretty lucky.
So things are pretty much open in Canada though, up in Vancouver and Calgary, restaurants, everything. Is it pretty normal for the most part? Yeah.
Like, I mean, the restaurants are like half capacity or maybe a little bit more than that, but you wear a mask, and then when you sit at your table, you're good to take it off.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that part obviously isn't normal. Like we're not really used to that, but like in terms of like going out to a restaurant, there's no real issue there.
We have a time cutoff here in BC. I don't know about Alberta, but they cut off drinks at 10 o'clock, and everybody has to be out by 11. And so that's for restaurants and bars. And they shut down recently. They shut down banquet halls and like larger events like that. I don't know what it's like in Alberta. Have they done?
I don't think so. I mean, I was just out for dinner and it was past 10. So, I don't think it's like that in Alberta.
So Kale, you're in the third year of your entry level contract. Now, obviously, with the pandemic, everything's changed in the AHL season. I don't know if they talked about restarting the season or whatnot, but what have the Kings organization, like, Rob Blake, Luke Robitaille, and the brass there, like, what are their expectations of you going forward? Are you got a taste of the NHL 4 games in the past season. And so do you feel like you're ready? Like, what are they expecting out of you coming into this year or next season?
Yeah, I mean, I think they haven't really straight up told me, but I think they expect me to be on the team this year full time. That's what I expect for myself. like you said, it's my third year, and I got a little bit of a taste last year, and yeah, like I think I'm more than ready to make the jump and be full time with the Kings. And with this extended training time, and I've been working hard, and I've put on some good weight, and in a way it's kind of a blessing in terms of extra training. Just that I can get in better shape, the best shape I can be in, and just keep working on my game. And I think like I'm more than ready to make that jump, and I expect myself to make the team.
And then just to follow up to that question, as an offensive defenseman that like you are, do you think because the Kings are going through a rebuild, which can be tough on a lot of players, and you can get, in terms of possession, you may not get the puck as much as you like. So as an offensive minded defenseman, do you think it is going to bode well for your skills to get adapted to the NHL more so now, just even if you're not possessing the puck as much? Or do you think it's better to hone your offensive skills at the AHL level for another year or so while the Kings go through a rebuild and keep bringing in new parts and then become more competitive again? Like, what's your mindset? I know you want to make the NHL and play in the NHL, but like, what's that mindset there?
No, I think now, I think, I think I've spent 2 years in the American League, and I've learned a lot. Coming out of junior, my defensive game was a big area where I needed to improve and adjust to the pro level. And, I think I've worked hard at that. And, I believe that, my defensive game, when I'm at my best, that it's where it needs to be in the NHL. And then my offensive side is kind of, I think, what separates me from other players. I think, I think I want to be the guy to help out the Kings and win hockey games. And I think I can do that from an offensive standpoint. I think I'm ready to go right now. I don't really want to.
You're done with the AHL.
I don't want to spend any more time there. I mean, like I said, I learned a lot, and I think it was really good for me. But I kind of want to get going and start.
No, 100%. I can feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your motivation?
Motivation. I mean, just playing in the NHL full time. It's it's been a dream of mine my whole life. So I'm so close, and that's kind of been it's in the back of my head. It's been in the back of my head all summer, and it was probably good that I got a little taste of the NHL this last season, summer. So you just kind of push a little extra. I'm just kind of knowing what can be an everyday possibility.
Yeah.
Talk about that taste. What was it like the adjustment coming up 4 games? But I'm not sure. I didn't look at specifically if you played 4 games in a row, but what was that?
No. Yeah, no, I didn't play 4 games in a row, but the adjustment, I mean, it's just a little quicker. It's not as scrambly, like everyone's in the right spots. Yeah. And things happen a little quicker, which is fine. I think, I play fast, so that I didn't really, I got adjusted to that pretty quickly, I thought. The biggest thing is just it's not as scrambly. I think the AHL at times gets a little hectic, a little sloppy. So that's kind of the biggest thing that I noticed.
And then you mentioned, you defensively, you feel like you're sound now, but are there any other aspects of your game that you still think you need to develop? Like, you're great, you have great hockey sense. You gotta, I think I was reading up on you. I didn't watch too many of you. So this is all based on scouting profiles, but I've read that you have great puck skating, puck moving ability. And most of it was giving you a lot of credit for your offensive minded talents. And then you mentioned that you've kind of honed your defensive skills. So that might have answered the question, but is there anything else that you feel that you still need to improve upon?
Yeah. I mean, like, I still want to improve on all areas, but my defensive game is something that I'm always going to, want to focus on, just because, growing up, I didn't have to really focus on it necessarily as much, just because my skating allowed me to get away with things that I don't in the pro level. So, I mean, that's always going to be an area that I'm going to really focus on. I mean, I'm just working on my all around game right now. In the summer, I'm working on my hands, shot. That's kind of, my shot is a big area where I want to continue to improve on. And
what part of your shot in particular?
Just my wrist shot. I think I think that comes with a little strength too. So I feel much stronger than I did at the start of the summer, obviously, with this many months to train. So I think that's been a big part. And I'm just working on my skills. It's pretty much it.
Has Drew Doughty reached out to you? Like, you know, I know you saw him on the team and stuff, but has he like been a mentor for you?
I mean, not anything crazy. I don't think. Like we've talked and stuff. Like you said, I spent some time with the Kings and in training camps and stuff, and I've been there a few years now, so I'm familiar with them. So we've had some conversations. You know, I think he's definitely a guy that that I know I could probably lean on in terms of defensive advice. You know, I think he's you know, unbelievable defensively. So
Mm-hmm.
I think moving forward, that'll be definitely someone who I'll be leaning on for advice and you know, asking about different scenarios and situations throughout a game on the D side of things.
How do you handle the pressure when you're playing in intense games?
Um, I think for me, like just not overthinking. I think, and I mean, I'm sure that goes for a lot of people. Like when I start thinking about what I'm gonna do before things happen in a game, that's kind of when you just get in your own head.
Mhm.
Just letting the game come to me and kind of adjusting wherever I need to adjust throughout the game. Yeah, just try not to overthink.
I just want to talk to you about JP Barry, the relationship you have with him. He's one of the most notable, like, you know, prominent agents in the sports world here in hockey. And so what's that relationship dynamic been like, being able to be a part of his organization or his
Yeah, I
agency?
mean that's good. Like CA's been good to me. Like I've been with CA since I was probably like 13 years old. So I've been to a lot of camps. They host hockey camps in LA. I think they still do it every summer. You know, like in July for 2 weeks. So I've been going to those, and I mean they treat their players well, and yeah, it's been good. I really have nothing bad to say about them. Everyone at CA has been good and communicating lots and
Yeah.
kind of you know, trying to help out wherever they can.
They're also well known at identifying real NHL talent. So that bodes well for you too there.
Yeah, they do. They do have a lot of good, lot of good NHL players. So, yeah, no, they're awesome. Can't really say enough good things.
And the last question I had, I mean, I saw the move on YouTube. You pulled the Kucherov in the AHL
Oh
All-Star
yeah.
game. Did he reach out to you? Did he say anything about it, or, you know, did that
No,
fly under the radar?
no.
No.
I think
Well,
it just, yeah, it's flew under the radar. I think.
take us
But
through that though. That was fun, man. It was a clean move.
yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, I didn't think I was gonna go in the shootout, and you know, I've tried it a few times in practice here and there on the goalies that we have in Ontario and stuff, and it's worked a few times. So I just said, what the heck, might as
First
well.
time a defenseman's done it, so there you go. You have that.
Yeah, it's just for fun. So give it a try. I don't know if I would. I don't think I would do it in a game. To be
Oh,
honest with
come
you.
on. You
I
just
don't.
saw Alexiak on a breakaway pulling off a sweet move. I'm sure you could maybe.
Yeah, maybe. But no, yeah, I just give it a go and it worked. So it worked out good.
Cool.
All right.
Well, thanks, Kale. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you for
thank
doing
you.
this, hanging
Yeah.
out with us today.
Yeah. No, thanks for having
It
me.
was great talking to you, Kale. Thanks. From a
Yeah.
Vancouver Canucks, you know, up in Canada, I don't really get to talk to many Kings prospects or players, so you know, it was
Yeah. No, it was good. I appreciate it. Thanks
Yeah. Yeah. We'll be in touch, okay? Yeah, take
Yeah.
care.
Well, that sounds
Have a
good. You guys
afternoon.
too. Yeah.
All right,
You
man.
guys too. Okay. See you guys.
Bye.
Have a good
All
night.
right.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.